So this is a hookah I've been building. I'm going to call it Hookah Dive Man. Something like this, if you look online, it's about 1,800 quid to 2 grand to buy. A lot of fucking money, but I decided to build my own, make it a lot cheaper, and then I can do it to my own specs. Right, so what have we got? We've got a Land Rover in a tube. Got these made up at work. All the box and that is a one-off. All alley, marine grade. Had all these made up and stuck on with a special epoxy resin. What we got inside, we've got a 6-litre tank which will be up to 100 psi. For all you divers out there, as you know, for every 10 meters as you go down, it's 1 atmosphere, so that's more than enough. It's running at I say 100 psi, and it's dropping down to 75 psi. 1 bar, or 14.7 psi is 1 atmosphere, or 1 bar, so that's more than adequate. So this is the pipe out, which will go to my 20-meter airline and to my regulator. I've made an adapter which will go on here, which will also inflate the inner tube, so it's all self-contained. Don't have to take anything else down to the beach. Right, so here's a pump. If I'm right, that's pumping out 85 litres per minute. Got a PC fan here, which is going to cool into the bearing this way, and also I'll have a fan on top which force airs down as well, keep the pump nice and cool. We've got a brand new mobile battery in there, so that should last all day, no problems. There's the cut-off switch for the pressure. You see that. What else do we need to know? Oh yeah, I'll put a filter in here. This will go down to 5 microns, so it's an oilless pump, but it's just in case, you know, you don't want any shit going in your lungs, so that will clear out anything, any muck, if there was anything in there, before it actually goes down into the regulator. We've got a nice voltage meter here, so I know the condition of the battery. I will have a electronic buzzer which will buzz at, if I remember rightly, 8.2 volts, because the last thing you want is being down there and your battery's getting low. That's going to buzz. You will hear that. I mean, I can hear aeroplanes even before you can see them underwater, so you'll definitely hear a buzzer inside this. Plus it'll resonate inside the box, but you'll definitely hear that. I'll have a button on the top to be able to switch the buzzer off, so if you do want to do, say, an extra half an hour diving, which you would be able to do with even 8.2 volts left in the battery, you can do so and just switch the buzzer off, so it's not bloody annoying. There'll be a power on and off switch as well. 2 relays to run the fans when I've got them in. There's a fan over this side as well, so be drawing air into the box down this way and pushing it back out this way, so there's lots of cooling going on, lots of fresh air to be pulled in by the pump, and so you can breathe nice clean fresh air. Battery strap, I don't think it's much. Oh, this is a bleed for the bottom of the tank. As you know, any compressor will start developing water inside the tank. Now you would be able to actually just turn it up and let it run through here, and there's a bleed at the bottom of this filter here anyway, and you could let it come out this way, because it's just straight to atmosphere there. There's nothing that would stop that. So if you took the actual airline off, it would just drain the tank, or you can just bleed out this way. For safety also as well, rather than just taking it off this end, you can just turn that knob and it will just bleed the air out of the tank, and so you can drain all the air out of the tank nice and safe. What else we got on here? Yes, we got this here. I was debating whether to put this on or not. As you can see, well, I didn't want to be just dragging the hookah by the airline. I didn't think it was very safe, and it's straining, you know, this, I mean, it'll be this sort of size pipe coming off of here down to the regulator, and I thought it would be straining the pipe, so I didn't want to do none of that. So I decided to put a toe point, or an anchor point, which is stainless steel bonded on, so you can get some paracord to the same length as the actual airline to the regulator, and rather than towing on the airline, you can tie it on a piece of rope. I've got excuse me, I've got a harness which will actually attach the airline to to that, and also buckle the tow line onto that as well. Pressure regulator there, sorry, pressure gauge there. This is a tilt switch, just in case. I mean, it's bloody stable. It doesn't really need this inner tube on it. It will float as is, and it's pretty darn stable, just the box floating. I mean, I've had a little push on it, and it's pretty darn hard to actually try and get it to flip over. Nice and stable, but I just wanted that little bit more stability in case you get sea-doos or whatever getting a bit close, or something was to happen. So this is more, this isn't for flotation, this is actually for a little bit more stability, just in case. So if it did flip over, this tilt switch here, which has got a ball bearing in there, so you can rock it and it won't cut, cut everything out. But if it was to flip over, that ball bearing will come off the micro switch, and then it just kills all the power, and that way it just makes it nice and safe, so it's not sucking any water in, if it was to get any water inside, into the tank and then into your lungs. So it's just an extra safety feature really. And that's about it. Yeah, it's about 1,800 quid, 2 grand to buy one of these, and so far it's cost me 500 quid. Not bad.